basketball show. They have traveled all over the world to over 40 countries and are a special guest performance for NBA halftime shows. Bruce is a 5-time world record holder for basketball spinning and has spun 30 basketballs at the same time. He also holds the endurance world record and has spun one basketball without a break for 22 hours and 12 minutes. Bruce and his wife, Diane, have 12 children: Jacob, Caleb, Isaiah, Katie, Josiah, Holly, Ben, Micah, Zach, Nathan, Tori, and Tessa. Give a warm welcome to the Spintacular Basketball Show with Bruce and Diane.
Hey, is everybody excited to be here? We want to apologize for getting you guys out of school because we know you want to get back to class right away. Hey, how about we keep you here as long as we can? I'd like to thank Connor and also your principal at the high school for allowing us to have this assembly. Let's give them a big hand. All right. How many of you have been to an NBA game in person? Raise your hand. Who's never been to an NBA game in person? Raise your hand. They sell courtside seats for the finals of the NBA for $20,000 a seat. I know that because we performed for 3 years in a row for the NBA finals. The NBA is not here, but the halftime show is. I'm going to introduce them. This is my wife, Diane. This is Zach, Nathan, Tori, and Tessa. Good to be at your school. During the show, we'll get some of you up here to help us out. Here we go.
Bro, I got A+ camera. It's only been 5 minutes. This is already the best thing. Bro, I can't even spin a ball for 2 seconds.
Okay, we're gonna do a cheer. I'm gonna say choose to be. I want you guys to yell out a champion. Choose to be? Champion! Get some enthusiasm in it. Choose to be? Champion! I'm gonna say how do you feel? I want you guys to yell out great. How do you feel? Great! One big clap. Come on, everyone together, one big clap. Two big claps. I'm gonna say, did you get it? I want you guys to say got it. Did you get it? Got it! I'm gonna say, did you see it? I want you guys to say saw it. Did you see it? Saw it! One big clap. Now let's rewind the tape and check your memory. Choose to be? Champion! You got it, but where's the enthusiasm? Choose to be? Champion! How do you feel? Great! One big clap. Did you get it? Yeah! Ooh, somebody said yeah. It's got it. Did you get it? Got it! Did you see it? Saw it! One big clap. Okay, we need four big suckers, volunteers to help us out. Come on, 4 people. You in the purple sweatshirt. Red sweatshirt. Okay. Come stand in a straight line right here. You come over here. What's your name? Nice to meet you, Colin. I like the suit. Okay, Colin. What grade are you in? Senior. Senior. I remember when I was a senior, that was the best 5 years of my life. I loved being a senior. Now, what is your favorite kind of fruit? Apple. Great. We just happen to have his favorite kind of fruit. This is my sister Tessa, Tori, and my brother Nathan. What we are going to do is we are going to spin the ball on the end of this spoon right here. And while we do that, we are going to feed our volunteers some applesauce. However, you never want to go without a bib. So,
Well, Elizabeth gets to eat. She's lucky.
Choose to be! Choose to be! How do you feel? Great! One big clap. Did you get it? Did you see it? One big clap. You know what? This looks good right here. Let's look at that whole group from this guy here all up here. Come on, you guys, all the teachers. Yeah, teachers are we only have one lady. No. Let's get you. Another lady teacher. A lady teacher. This lady here, come on up. Hey, you guys teach? Do you teach? Come on, there we go. Yeah, good. Very good. Okay, good job. Okay, hey Zach, come up here. You know, behind every successful school are some very talented teachers, coaches, and we're going to see exactly how talented they are. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to teach them. I'm going to teach you guys how to do what's called the incredible catch. The incredible catch, what kind of catch? The incredible catch. The incredible catch is a pass you throw to yourself, but you're going to catch it in an awkward position. So Zach is going to throw the ball up over his head instead of catching it behind his back, which is much too easy, okay? He's got to reach between his legs with 2 hands and catch it right there. That was slow motion. This is fast motion. He's going to throw it up. You got to get the throw just right. You're going to throw it up. Catch. One big clap. One big clap. Everybody put your basketball on the floor. We're going to train you. Pretend you're holding an invisible basketball in your hand. You're going to do what I did. Ready? You're going to throw.
Oh, Mr. P.
Now go between your legs with both hands. That's where you catch the ball. Ready? Try it again. Throw between the legs. One more time. Throw between the legs. Now the reason we're having you practice this
Mr.
is because
Orange.
even though I explained it, Zach practiced, and you
Is she even a
practiced,
teacher?
you're still going to have
Okay,
people
switch it.
that do this. They're going to throw it up, they're going to lean over, but instead of going between their legs, they're going to go like this. They'll catch it behind their back, just bent over, right? That doesn't count. There's nothing incredible about catching it behind your back. The incredible part is that both hands have to be between the legs. Now, anybody who does this in the course of 30 seconds, you see, these guys volunteered, but now it's going to turn into an employer-employee relationship. Because anybody that does this in the course of 30 seconds is going to win a nice, big, juicy $100 bill.
Mr. P is gonna get it for sure.
Stay. You come up here. Stay. Come up right here. Stay. Come up here. Stay. Come up here.
She's cute.
Stay. Come up here. Stay. Good job.
Sister.
We're going to give them 30 seconds to do this as many times as possible. If you don't get it on your first try, what do you do? Run after the basketball and then try again. Because basketballs will be flying everywhere in just a second. Okay? Now, do you think anybody's going to get it? Okay, what you're going to do, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. You guys are going to say go. Ready? So, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Why do I always stand up so bad?
Keep going.
Mr. Shumpik about got it first
Show
try.
the students how to do it. Come on. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, give him a hand. All right. Okay, let's keep you up here. Hey, Connor, let's keep you up here. And let's keep this guy up here. Yep. And let's keep you. You got it, right? Yep. What was your name? What? Josie? Did she catch the ball? Yeah! Have you ever done like this in front of so many people? No. Ever? What do you say to your fans?
I love you.
Okay, good. Come on up here. Did you get it? You did it toward the very end. What's your name?
Mr. Arns.
Mr. what? Arns? Mr. Arns. Now, what do you say to your fans?
I love you guys.
All right. Okay, good job. So, what did I promise them, guys? Did I say that? Did that come out of my mouth? So if I pay you $100 and then her, it's going to be like what? 200 bucks? 200? Seriously? We run into a little problem because I've done this a lot. Nobody's ever caught it, and I have 2 of you that caught it in the same program. So I've gotten in the habit of never carrying that much money with me. So maybe we could just forget about it. Can we just do that? That's a good deal. Shereen, is that the right thing to do? Okay. I promised them a nice big juicy $100 bill. Bring them out. There we go. Good job. Very good.
Wait, is that real?
Very good. That's for you. That's for you. Listen, most people give those little cheap imitation hundreds. Look at how much real estate is on there. There's a lot of real estate. You can buy a lot with that thing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put these off to the side like this here. You're going to stand right here. Yep. And then have you come right here, sir. Yep. And then have you come right there. And then you're right there. And we need music, please. Here we go.
Bro, they've become one of them. Mr. Orange! Oh! Mr. Orange! messed up so many times. Well, this had to have been like 10 years of practice. This had to have been 10 years of practice. Logan, how many years do you think it took to do this? Are they done? I can't be it because they still got all that. Get the long ones out. We don't care about the short ones. Right? I have the whole gym in my camera right now. I kind of want to try a unicycle. One wrong move and they all fall.
The C's for the courage I possess through the trauma. H is for the hurt, but it's all for the honor. A is for my attitude, working through the patience. When it comes and goes, the M is for motivation. Gotta stay consistent, the P is the persevere. The I is for recovery, the innovative career. The O is not the miss, take over it, never shut. And the N is necessary, cause I'm never giving up. See, they ask me how I did it, I just did it from the heart. Cause I'm a competition, and down from the start. It's all about the champion, it's all about his principles.
Okay, cheers to me. How do you feel? Great. One big clap. Did you get it? Did you see him? One big clap. A lot of people ask me, how do you do all that stuff with the basketball? And to give you a little background, I grew up in South Dakota. I grew up in a family of 12 children. My wife and I have 12 kids, but I grew up in a family of 12. I'm actually number 11 of 12. I have 10 older brothers and sisters. And we had so many kids in our family that, listen to this, 6 of us had to sleep in the same bed at the same time. And to top it off, 4 of them were bedwetters. But the other two became great swimmers. We had a great time growing up, but my 2 oldest brothers played college football. They went off to college. One summer, my oldest brother came home from college. He roomed with the guy on the basketball team, and the guy on the basketball team could do this with the basketball. And my brother had practiced, and he and my other brother practiced, and they both came home, and they were spinning the ball on their finger. And they ended up teaching my sister Tanya, who's younger than them, but yet 10 years older than me. I'm the very tail end. I have 10 that are older than me. But she taught me how to spin a basketball when I was about 7 years old. First time I tried it, here's what it looked like. I couldn't spin it, so I kept practicing. One day, it stayed up there for just a couple seconds. I got to the point where I could get it up there and then hit it on the side to keep it going. And the only problem with doing that is I used to practice so much, I got a blister on the end of that finger. How many of you ever had a blister on your finger? Raise your hand. Who's never had a blister on your finger? Raise your hand. Who doesn't understand the question? Raise your hand. Okay. All right. I had a finger that had a blister, so every time I spun it, it hurt, so I had to switch it to the next finger, then the next, then the next. I would spin it on whichever finger. Didn't hurt. Pretty soon, all those fingers were hurting, so I went down to the knuckles, to the fist, to the pinky knuckle, to the first, to the pinky, to the first, up to the finger. You can spin a ball on the palm of your hand, walk it up. Sometimes when I'm doing a program, my finger gets tired, so of course I rest it on the microphone. And as long as I hit the ball, it stays on my finger, but if I don't hit the ball, what happens to the ball? It slows down and falls off. Well, I'm not going to hit that ball, and that ball is going to fall off in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, I guess not. This is called spinning a basketball really slow. Hey, think that takes a little practice? Yeah, if you were to have told me when I was a little kid that, Bruce, someday you're going to get to travel all over the world, perform in front of millions of people, you're going to perform for the NBA Finals, you're going to make it actually to a show called America's Got Talent, you're going to make it all the way to the finals of that, I would have thought you were crazy. But I'm not here today because I'm a great athlete. Many of you are better athletes than me. I'm here today because I have a great kid coach. He's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. His name is Jesus. I give him all the credit. Let's give him a big hand. All right. But listen, as you're growing up, we have a poster that says champions give hope. I'm going to say champions give. You say hope. Champions give? Hope. Champions give? Hope. On the bottom, what does H stand for? Community. O. Others. P. Purpose. And E. Excellent. Now, as you guys are growing up, listen to this. You're going to have hundreds and hundreds and thousands of decisions you're going to have to make. But I want you to filter those decisions through what we're going to talk about right here. And so what does H stand for there? Humility. Humility. And come on up here. Actually, I'm going to have Tessa. Can you come up here a second? Tessa's middle name is Hope. So what's that definition of hope?
Hope is the earnest expectation that something great is going to happen. I'm going to say that again. Hope is the earnest expectation that something great is going to happen. How many of you want something great to happen in your life? That's what I want. Thank you.
All right, give her a hand. All right. Hey, the earnest expectation that something great is going to happen in your life. You all want something great to happen in your life. Is there somebody here that doesn't want anything great to happen in their life? I don't see one hand. Everybody wants to have something great. A couple of jokers up there, but deep inside, we all want something great to happen. But you see, H stands for humility, and there's two types of people in life, okay? I'm going to show you both of them right here. The first guy, they're invited, they're going to go to a party, and so as they're coming to this party, this guy is right here, and he walks into the room, and there's two attitudes. He doesn't say this, but this is his attitude. He comes in, and he goes like this. And his attitude says this: here I am. Okay? That's the first guy. Now the second guy, or gal, this is their attitude. Oh man, there you are! What's your name? Sophia? Let's give Sophia a big hand. All right. You see, the first guy had his eyes on three people. Me, myself, and I. As a matter of fact, I don't even have any time for anybody else because I'm so concerned about me, myself, and I. And that's called pride. Pride, you can't see anybody or anything else. You can't see anybody's needs or nothing. All you're concerned about is yourself. There's even a magazine called Self. And if you ever notice people now taking a selfie, here I am by the Grand Canyon. Here I am by Niagara Falls. This is me, yeah. And we have all this and we're living in the me generation. But we're going to come to the letter O, which stands for what? Other. Okay, let's talk. Zach's going to talk about that. Let's give him a big hand. Here he is.
What does O stand for? Other. How many of you here have ever heard of a man named William Booth? Raise your hands. Good, a few of you. Well, for those of you who don't know, William Booth lived over 100 years ago in England. And he decided that he was going to move to the east end of London, which was the bad part of town. So William Booth, he moved there, and he decided that he was going to think of other people. So he started to clean up the streets. He helped the homeless people find houses, and he helped the drunks off the streets. Now, William Booth did such a good job in the East End of London, and people, they noticed. So they asked him, they said, could you come do this in our town? So William Booth did it in town after town after town, and he did it so much, he eventually started a worldwide organization that still lives today over 100 years later. The impact that he had 100 years ago was so much that it lasted till today. Now, William Booth at this point in time had thousands of delegates all over the world doing the same thing he was doing. And every year, he would invite them and he would speak in front of them. He would encourage them, okay? So these people would come, thousands of them. And one year, it was 1912, William Booth was on his deathbed. He couldn't speak. So a few of the delegates came up to him and asked him if he could at least write a note. So William Booth scribbled something down on a piece of paper. He handed it to that delegate. That delegate got up in front of thousands of people and he opened that note. And to his surprise, there was only one word written on that note. And that word was others. You see, if you go your whole life and you think about one person, yourself, you are going to grow old and you are going to die, a lonely old man or a lonely old woman. Now, that organization still lives today, over 100 years later. They're the bell ringers outside of Walmart during Christmas time. Does anyone know what organization that is? The Salvation Army. Good job. Now, I want to encourage you guys to go throughout your lives, not only thinking of yourself, but thinking of other people. Thank you.
Okay, did you get it? One big clap. Okay, what does P stand for there? My son Nathan's going to talk about that. Let's give him a big hand. Here he is.
What does P stand for? Purpose. Haven't you noticed that all sports have a goal or a purpose? In basketball, you have the hoop. In track, you have the finish line. In football, you have the goal line. And in boxing, you have your opponent's head, right? All sports have a goal or a purpose. But let's just pretend today that we came to a basketball game. But right before the game, they took down both the hoops. There'd be no goals to the game, and in life, it's the same way. If you don't set goals in your life would be like a basketball game without any hoops. When I was younger, I set a goal to learn how to ride a unicycle. I got on, and I fell off. I got on, and I fell off. I fell off at least 1,000 times before I was actually able to ride a unicycle. But I kept practicing, and soon, I could ride a unicycle. I kept practicing, and soon I could ride it with just one foot. I kept practicing, I kept setting those goals, and soon I could ride one of these. This is a 10-foot tall giraffe unicycle, and if you ever learn how to ride a unicycle, don't start with one that looks like this, for obvious reasons. A guy named Mark Twain once had a quote. He said, "The two greatest days in a man's life is the day he was born and the day he figured out why he was born." I encourage you guys to figure out why you're born. Thank you.
All right, did you get it? One big clap. How many of you would like to try to ride something like this? Okay?
I'd fail.
Well, here's what you do. You have about 2 or 3 guys hold it, and see these little steps? It's like a ladder. You put your first step on the wheel, and then this step, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Then you step on that pedal, and then, as you'll notice, while you're climbing up this, a crowd will have gathered, because they want to see what you're going to do. So you put the seat underneath you. You need to turn and wave to that crowd, because you'll be waving goodbye. Because if you've never ridden a unicycle before, you don't want to start with one of those. Okay, what does E stand for? E stands for excellence. My daughter Tessa's going to talk about that. Let's give her a big hand. Here she is.
What does E stand for? Excellence. Excellence is the exceptional quality to exceed expectations. There are basically 3 different lives you can live. There's a loser's life, there's an average life, and there's an extraordinary life, a life of excellence. I'm going to take a survey. How many of you want to be a loser? Raise your hand. How many of you want to be an average person? Raise your hand. And how many of you want to be an extraordinary person? Life of excellence. That's what I want. Because see, a loser is just a person who sits around and doesn't do anything. A person of average, they do what's expected of them. But a person of excellence goes above and beyond the call of duty. Here's an example. Your mom asks you to do your dishes and you don't do it. You fail. You live in a loser's life. You're a loser. But if you do the dishes, that's great, but you'll only be doing what's expected of you. And if you do the dishes and without being told you go clean your room, you have exceeded expectations. You are excellent. I encourage you guys to live a life of excellence, not only thinking of yourself, but thinking of others as well. Thank you.
All right, did you get that? Got it. She said, now how many of you want to live that extraordinary life? And I saw every hand go up because we all want that in our life. And she told you how to do it. If you want to live a loser's life, don't do nothing. But if you want to live an average life, just do what's expected of you. Did you know that 80% of everybody will basically do what's expected of them? But if you want to live that extraordinary life, you want to put yourself into that 20% extra, all you got to do is do a little bit extra effort. When you're walking across the schoolyard, see a little piece of paper on the ground or on the floor, you think to yourself, the custodian will get that. It's not my job. I'm not getting paid. You know what? Yeah, he'll probably pick that up. But if you take 3 seconds out of your time, pick it up, all your friends and teachers aren't going to go, yay, good job, you picked that up, wow. They're not going to happen. Because a lot of these things you do will be like behind the scenes stuff. Nobody will see it. Helping maybe, helping your neighbor or helping your somebody mow their lawn or pick up sticks. And you do these extra things. You tell you what, you're putting yourself in that 20% category up there. Great things are going to happen to you. I guarantee it. That's what happened in my life. Because, I started just spinning the ball. Started doing a little bit extra here and there. And you know what happened? Next thing you know, I just kept doing extra here and there. Next thing you know, I'm on America's Got Talent in front of 20 million people on live television as a finalist. I performed for the NBA Finals. And it's not because I'm a great athlete. It's because I told you I had that great coach. But we're going to take the program here to the next level. We've got some really big unicycles. Would you like to see us ride them? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Music, please.
For 43 minutes. No way, dog. My arms are messing with me. There's no way. Imagine the best. This is like go viral on YouTube. I'm gonna scream. recorded. That was attention. Yeah, for sure. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. There goes through that, right? Oh yeah, Big Papa. I'll buy that out of a storage. It's been 47 minutes. I'm the one that should be running out of storage. I know. I just enjoyed it for 47 minutes. Oh, he missed that. Bro, what if they hit the black thing? Broken donkey. Yeah, I was about to say, that's gonna be easy. God, this is awesome. It hurts when I pull up my gaming chair. I know. It hurts when I come at that. Are they gonna like pop it or is that like to spin it?
Is that gone? Wait,
Bro, I wanna get a selfie with them. That's cool. Now make it bounce in the lake. Oh! Oh my flippin' Jesus Christ. Hey! Shit, I got that on camera. Kaden, did you get that on camera? Send it to me. I think I'm in a school group.
Hey, cheers to me! How do you feel? One big clap. Did you get it? Did you see it? One big clap. And we're gonna do one more thing. I brought a whole bunch of basketballs. I'm gonna try to spin the whole pile all over my body at the same time. Think we can do it? Yeah. Give it a shot. Here we go.
Probably not. I mean, you could probably do it, but not me.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, calm laying on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock.
They're tiny tires. They're like carts, grocery carts. Bro, I'm for sure gonna post this on YouTube. Do you know how many views I could get if I post this on YouTube? Watch the camera, don't look at the show. I think he had it for like a half a second.
He had it.
So he definitely did it. Part. That wasn't me though. I was
Okay,
not-
choose to be champion. How do you feel? Great. One big clap. Did you get it? Did you see it? One big clap. Hey, I'd like to thank Mr. Connor Kim over there for inviting me to be a part of your day. Let's give him a big hand. Connor. Thank you very much. Thanks to the principal for allowing us to have the assembly. I'd like to thank my wife,
Can we, like, all get a
Diane.
picture of
I'd like to thank Zach, Nathan, Tori, and Tessa. Yeah. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Choose to be a champion, and we'll see you later. Thanks.
I want a selfie! But there's no way. I actually just recorded an entire show.
All right, you are dismissed the 4th hour.